wanna know what you, yeah, I wanna know what you want. My niggas gon' blow at you, yeah, my niggas gon' blow at you down.
Hey, what's going on, B Plus gang? Thank God you're here, man. Yeah, you actually just came at like the perfect time, cause I just finished gooning out something a little crazy. You know, I mean, I thought I was never gonna wake up, bruh. I was in the goddamn end zone. My teammates passed the ball to me. It's all up to me now. The enemy team was hating. They had goddamn 3 motherfucking sleep paralysis demons playing lockdown defense in the end zone. But I broke them off. Ooh, juke 'em, bitch. And I told him, nobody is gonna keep me from giving the supporters the content that they deserve.
Nightmare.
So now that we're all wide awake here, grab a coffee and get ready to go, because today's video topic is about another kind of demon. Maybe even my favorite demon. Sir Cartier Cash Carti has been in the news an uncharacteristically large amount recently. Now, admittedly, a lot of this is on purpose due to the buzz surrounding his upcoming album, music, or 2024 music. I'm not really sure what you're gonna name it. You never really know anything with this guy. But I did put out a video on this channel not too long ago where I'm talking about Carti's upcoming album and the music. I mean, my guess is that album's probably gonna come out sometime later this year, if anything. Nothing totally bad happens. But this time around, Carti is in the headlines for something besides his actual musical talent, which is rare because the guy doesn't really say too much. He was popularizing the NPC streams before it was really a thing, which you know is funny because it actually might have just gotten him in trouble in this situation. In light of his recent music releases and singles for the upcoming album, Carti was slated to appear on Adin Ross's stream to get a good PR look and, you know, essentially shill his album. It's not like an uncommon thing, you know. In recent years, as live streaming has become a more legitimized platform, musicians have figured out that, you know, live streaming audiences and streamers provide a certain type of direct fan interaction that you just can't really get from anywhere else. And having that many people tuned in to what you're doing can equate in a lot of actual sales. A lot of these musician x streamer collabs can really help humanize celebrities, because while you're watching it, you realize that at the end of the day, these people they're just like me for real. They can have their awkward moments, they can laugh, they can cry, you know, just real simple human shit that we've all probably done before, but it's just novel to see celebrities do. And I'm sure for some people, I'm boldly yapping right now. You know, I'm saying some very obvious surface level shit. You know, like water is wet, nigga. What else? I didn't know this much yapping was allowed on the Yapith day, you know. Get to the point. But the whole reason I bring that up is because we all know of or heard of examples of celebrities getting lost in the sauce, you know, thinking that their don't stink and like they're God's gift to this green earth. And Carti, you know, although I love the man, he has definitely gotten lost in the sauce. He's the textbook definition of getting lost in the sauce and believing his own hype.
Go back to when my cousin brought across the Carti concert. He stared at him for 2 whole songs.
So for the whole upcoming stream event, Adin Ross is totally like playing this whole thing up, you know. Obviously, it was supposed to be this insanely good look for Aiden's career, you know, arguably one of his biggest guests. And if he played it to 100% completion, how Aiden was probably picturing it in his head, this could have just been, you know, a monumental moment for him. And I think that's why we're hearing that he was supposedly just offering Carti anything he could get his hands on, including a Lambo, $2 million in cash. Get this, offer Carti to just pull up with his cult members for like 6 minutes, take some of the money and just dip off, you know. He tried to get the other half. It didn't work out, I guess. Which I know a lot of people are reading really deep into this whole thing. I'm Dante dropped that whole video where he's like, this could change rapper streams forever. Personally, I don't even think it's that deep, nigga. You know, if anything, I think it shows that this nigga Carti is an asshole. He's a piece of shit, bro. And Adin Ross is as naive as the day when he popped out of the womb. Who could have ever seen these two occurrences happening? Like, this dude Aiden really just just hands off a bag of money to Carti, and the man didn't even sit down or take off his coat. Shoes still on. Hello Yassine's gonna drop a video where he's like, the 26th law of power. Don't give to niggas if they never gave anything in return. I wrote that as a joke before he wrote that video and put it out there, but he actually did do that. I don't know if it was 26, but it came out. Adin Ross needs to stop conducting all his social interactions with rappers where it feels like he's just like the person all of the cool kids keep around just to shit on and like have do crazy weird things. Am I the only one that gets that vibe from Adin Ross? Because it's like spitting image. A lot of repressed high school emotions going on there. Before the Carti thing even happened, he had 21 Savage on his stream, and supposedly I looked it up online, and 21 Savage like tried to finesse him or something. I don't really know, but Aiden's the same age as me, bro, but I don't believe him. I don't.
No cap, slap. I keep it glizzy on my side, shit. Whole lot of gang shit.
This whole situation has kind of backfired for Carti, because for the first time and probably forever, you are starting to hear what are like some dissenting voices that are calling out like what he did to Aiden as, you know, rightfully a wrong thing. And a lot of people are kind of doing like this character assessment of Carti. We've never heard good things about his character, like maybe his work ethic and like his talent, but on a personal level, like it seems a lot of people don't fuck with him, or he's had a lot of his close people eventually like turn their back on him, or he will turn his back on them. I mean, morally, we can all say that what Carti did to Aiden was the wrong thing, but like legally, I'm guessing if he pulls up and he just takes a bag of money that was handed to him, maybe it pans out. I don't know what the stipulations were there, but like if I'm Carti, right? Okay, look, I'm Carti. Don't touch me, bitch. And I know that I can put in the least amount of effort to walk into this room and get $2 million. Then of course I'm going for that option. The path of least resistance, man. I mean, personally, I'm not planning on going into business with Playboi Carti anytime soon. You know, I see how he operates, but I'm sure aside from the whole PR disaster side of it, financially, he's pretty content. He showed up, talked some bullshit for 6 minutes, and walked away with a lot of money still. Maybe not as much as he wanted and bargained for in the first place, but a lot of money. This whole thing made me think of another related topic. At this point, in his personal relationships, we've established that he's probably not the best guy. Same guy that was allegedly skipped out on his first son's birth to play PlayStation with Lil Uzi. I mean, don't get me wrong, that definitely sounds really cool, but this dude definitely does not give a shit about the moral argument. All of the little tidbits we get from his personal life, like maybe the Adin Ross stuff, just absolutely like paint a bad picture of what Carti might be like if you were to deal with him. And it reminds me of that old saying, like, don't meet your idols. I would never want to meet Playboi Carti. I'll listen to the music, but I could not kick it with Carti and have him backstab me, bro. I don't think I'd be able to deal with that. But I mean, who wouldn't buy into their own sauce, right? You're Playboi Carti. You didn't even have to try to write a song and you're gonna influence a generation. But it does reinforce this idea that maybe Carti just doesn't know how to be a regular guy anymore, which is something that is, I feel, inevitable to happen to any celebrity once they reach a height of fame and cultural relevance that they just cannot relate to the average person anymore. What if that's the reason why when he's on Adin Ross's stream, you know, he can only talk to Aiden about surface level shit like his height, and then he's back to the studio, he's gone. Like his whole life has probably been curated at this point. People he does not want to talk to, he does not have to ever talk to except for his own isolated group, his cult, if you will, and like the people he has seniority or superiority over. In his everyday, he's living his actual like vamp king lifestyle. I don't know, but you know, I would pay a large sum of money to be a fly on the wall, to see Playboi Carti talk in an unfiltered way. Like, what does this dude think and talk about on a daily basis? Probably some vile satanic thoughts in there, ain't it? Yeah. Okay, but also in Carti news, there's been this video of him going around of him getting stopped while speeding. I think it happened sometime in late 2022 or early 2023. And I know I said speeding earlier, but I only say that because I don't think there's really another word that encapsulates how fast he was going that we have available in the English language. But this man was literally going 130 miles per hour. Jesus Christ, Carti. If you were to hit another car, you would both just get turned into red mist instantly. And there would have been a whole lot of red. Hey, you niggas, that was funny. It really just reinforces this idea that Carti got so rich that he doesn't even really need to speak anymore. Throughout this whole video, he's just talking to this cop and Carti knees the whole time. You barely fucking understand him. But still, this is probably the clearest I've ever heard this dude's voice in some years now. This is the only good Carti interview in years, and they had to goddamn strap the man down for it.
Man, I'm rushing because I had an emergency.
Bro, you're driving 133 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone.
Right, it was an emergency.
You got anything on you I need to know about?
No.
Guns, drugs, knives, bombs. Is there anything in the car I need to know about?
No.
You're under arrest for reckless driving.
I said I wasn't trying to harm anyone, sir.
Okay.
But what I did was, I have no reason to go to. You got a reason for I was speeding, but
this dude was really about to say, I have no reason to go to jail. He's wild. The cop let him cook, and this is what he decided to cook up right here. The expression of disappointment on this man's face. He's seeing literal demons. Okay, I'm not even surprised he starts capping here. This looks bad, and it just gets worse and worse for Carti. Just look at his face every time the cop catches him in a lie.
What do you want to talk about?
my girl is pregnant and I'm just trying to get to her. I was running late. My eyes, I have a star in my eye.
Okay. So you can't see real well? Even worse than the fact that you're driving 133 and a 55 is you can't see real well.
No, that's not what
while
I'm saying.
you know you're wrong. Because as soon as I start driving past you, you jump across 5 lanes of traffic to try and hide from me on the other side of the highway.
No, I was about to get off my exit.
The airport is 15 miles that way. So either if you're getting off an exit right here, then you ain't going to the airport.
No, I got ways on my phone. I'm not lying to you.
Brother, come on. I literally work traffic and drive the highway for a living. My office is down by the airport. It's not even all the way to the airport. You literally stay on the highway that you're on and keep on driving for the better part of 12 miles. So now we're just not being honest with each other. But you're all set. Hang out for a
Sir.
Are there any weapons in the car? No. But you got an extended mag Glock sitting on the fucking passenger seat.
Yo, low-key side note, ladies, okay? I feel like this nigga Carti would be awful to be in a relationship with. Deadass apologizing for shit he don't even know what he did wrong. You know, he just doing it. Yeah, now start apologizing for not releasing no new music, nigga. I can't believe Iggy dealt with this shit for some years, but she never gave me a chance, not once. That's crazy. Nah, I'm messing around, okay? I know a lot of y'all are sensitive when it comes to Carti. I think he legitimately had no reason to lie here because the cop even says it that it's not illegal to carry a gun in the state that Carti's in, and he had all the legit paperwork. So I don't know why he wouldn't just say, yeah, there's a gun in the car after he's been detained already. Like, he can't be harmed. He's already in handcuffs in the back of the car unless the cop is on some rogue shit. Also, what do y'all think Carti was listening to while he had that stick on the passenger? You know, he had to definitely be bumping some heavy shit.
In the car, you know about guns, drugs, knives, bombs, and you go no, but you got an extended mag Glock sitting on the passenger seat.
It's in my name. I was going to tell you that as soon as you pulled me over. I didn't want to scare you, though.
And I said, is there anything in the car I didn't know about? Guns, drugs, knives, bombs. You looked at me dead in my face and said no.
I wasn't trying to lie to you, sir. It's in my name.
It's not against the law to have a gun in your car unless you're a convicted felon.
I'm not a felon, though.
Okay, are you a convicted felon?
No, sir.
Okay. Also, I'm getting off for my exit. Probably your own GPS tells you to drive for 9.7 more miles on the street that you're on. So there's no way that you were jumping over. You're jumping over because you're hoping that I don't find you in traffic as I'm coming to get you.
Sir, I gotta go to jail. What I did was serious. Speeding is serious, sir. But jail.
Yeah, man.
Jail.
Yeah.
I made a bad
One of those things. Now you
choice.
have to deal with the outcome of a bad choice.
But sir, going to jail. Like,
But
damn.
you're in jail for like hours.
Well, boss, I'm saying, I can see it. Why you can't make that call? Why you can't make that call? Why you can't be the judge right now? And I apologize. You know how fast that car is. I'm not trying to. I wasn't trying to.
Eyes, but you still have eyes. You can still look down and see. Oh crap! I'm doing triple digits.
Boss.
You're doing like 95.
Boss, I apologize. I just.
It's not like you're doing 90 and a 55.
Sir,
like
I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
Almost 80 miles an hour over the speed limit of 55 miles an hour.
I tow my car. I can have somebody come pick me up. I won't drive. You can tow my car. You have somebody pick me up. You can take me back to the crib, but bro, I don't have to. Please, yo, you can have the car. Fuck the car, boss. Just leave jail, like jail. You can't see me through. Not to go to jail, sir. Jail. Sir, man, I can do everything.
Yeah, he do not feel sorry about that shit.
Back to the studio.
That's pretty much it at this point. Carti eventually comes to terms with the fact that he could actually be arrested for speeding. And I do feel bad for bro, even though we had some crazy laughs at his expense today. People on the internet really think because you just make fun of somebody that you like hate them. You can't roast people a couple times. Yeah, let's go for that answer. I just hate everybody. That makes sense, right? Anyways, I want to go ahead and thank you for rocking with me on today's video. But yeah, Carti fans and non-Carti fans alike, what did you think about the whole police cam footage thing? And what did you think about the whole Adin Ross Fiasco appearance? Some people are saying that it wasn't even Carti and this whole thing was just fabricated for views and publicity. But you know, I decided not to get all Alex Jones on y'all today, so y'all got lucky. By the way, I'm curious, okay? What would y'all say to that cop if y'all were in Carti's position? The cop is feeling generous and he gives you one last chance to plead your case and he might just let you go free. What do you say? Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below in those comments, as I do read each and every one of them. But if I don't see you down there, then I'll see you on the next video.